Hello, it's Stacey Holt from Real Estate Excellence. Thank you for joining me for this short video. Now, I'm far from a prophet and I'm certainly far from an economist, but in these terrible uncertain times globally and particularly here at home in Australia, we know that our industry is one that most likely is going to be one of the fortunate ones. Hear me out. Now, everyone needs a home and of course deserves a home, but my point being, there's always going to be people who want to and will invest. And obviously everyone needs a home. So there's always going to be people like you and I who are going to want a new home, meaning to rent their home. So the purpose of this video is to give you some tips and reminders, of course, during these uncertain times when we're all finding our new normal and then re-finding another new normal, that growing the rent roll continues to be a focus for every business and growing your business the best way you can. So nothing changes, nothing changes. And basically, one of the things I want to share with you is from my PME system and basically chapter 2. Now just bear with me while I get all that open, and I'm just changing screens for you now. So basically, I'm looking at chapter 2 of the PME manual. Now, a reminder that Property Management Excellence, PME system members, 39 chapters, in total over 2,000 pages. And when you log into realestateexcellence.com.au, there's a chapter guide, which tells you, obviously, folder 8 is rent arrears, folder 30 is tribunal. This is a Queensland-based system, but this short video is suitable for anyone, not just Queensland. So contact us as part of membership if you need to, valued members. And of course, if you aren't a member of Real Estate Excellence and you're in Queensland, love your business or the opportunity to present our service information and investment costs and benefits to you. So let's get back on track. The question of people wanting to negotiate and or people questioning value and people questioning what am I paying that for? Okay, so I just wanted to share and or remind. So I'm looking at some scripts from folder chapter 2 of the Property Management Excellence PME manual, and I'm particularly looking at what am I paying management fees for. So just pretend I'm the lessor, right? And what am I paying, 9.9 or 8.8 or whatever your private fee for service fees are. Now, Stacey, you're paying management fees for us to manage your legal obligations and the tenancy law. As you're aware, as an investor, there's substantial legislative requirements imposed on landlords, and we manage those obligations for you and advise you accordingly. Now, just to go off script, but continue on script, you and I know, particularly you, the amount of paperwork that's required to not only process a tenancy, but also to commence a tenancy and then manage a tenancy and then to end a tenancy. And then in the minority of situations, if things don't go right at the end of tenancy, we proceed to tribunal, should the lessor wish to, and whatever the situation is. So one of the things I want to share with you is don't be afraid to talk business. Now, what I mean by that is we are business people, okay? We're obviously running businesses on behalf of our licensee. If our licensee is not successful, we aren't. And we all care, okay? So nothing changes, nothing changes. So with a business mindset, not as a property manager, you're a business person, you look at situations whereby what is the landlord actually paying for? Okay. Now we look at it from their point of view. What am I paying, the X percent management fees for? Well, you're paying us to manage your legal obligations, Stacey, with respect. Obviously, as you know, the area of tenancy law is complex. You've not only got the tenancy laws that are relevant, you've got the smoke laws, you've also got the other laws in relationship, particularly in Queensland, smoke alarms in most areas, pool laws. I mean, it's never ending, okay? So don't be afraid to have those conversations when you're challenged in relation to what am I paying for and questioning value. Think like a business person and don't be afraid to speak right and act like one with my kind heart, as I say, because we're not property managers, we're business people within a business. And/or we are the licensee. What am I paying the letting fee for? Now I'm looking at paragraph 2.4 of folder 2 of the PME manual, the prospecting new business chapter. Letting fee, Stacey, is not only the cost of finding the tenant. With respect, in most cases, it costs our business more than the cost of the letting fee to secure a tenant. Now, I'm just going to pause the script for a moment. I'm using that assumption based on, firstly, Queensland. In December 2014, in Queensland, our fees were deregulated, which means we can charge whatever we can charge. In the old days, before December 2014, it used to be regulated by government, meaning we could only charge 1 week's rent plus GST for letting commission. Those days are well and truly over. Many years ago, December 2014, it ended. Now, I know, though, the majority of the industry for many years since deregulation still continue to charge for a variety of reasons. I won't get into it right now. The 1 week's rent plus GST, which I must add, should be shown as an inclusive figure on your PO Form 6. Have a look at Part 7, Commission. It says it must show inclusion of GST, not plus. Members, come back to us if you need on that one. So, back to script. With respect, Stacey, remember I'm the lessor, and you're talking to me. In most cases, it costs our business more than the cost of the letting fee to secure a tenant. Some of the main tasks you are paying for in relation to the let fee of whatever it is, commonly still 1 week's rent plus GST, must be written as inclusive. Staff time to write and place required advertising, staff time to deal with inquiries from prospective tenants, staff time to communicate with lessors regarding their vacant property, staff time and costs for travel to actually get to the opens and the private inspections, and staff time for processing applications. It's usually a minimum 1 to 3 hours. Staff time to communicate with you, obviously, what's happening in relation to that. Technology costs and costs prescribed to tenancy history databases. They're all obviously a business cost. Staff time and business costs to prepare all the legal required tenancy documents for tenancy. Staff time and business costs to prepare the entry condition report, which is usually a minimum 1 hour and could lead up to 2 to 3 hours, depending on the property, but definitely a minimum 1 hour. Staff time and business costs to sign the new tenant up on the required tenancy documents, lodging the government bond to the government, rather, the bond, as per whatever system you may have. Staff time, of course, to negotiate, if needed, with your tenant in relation to any disagreements with the entry condition report. And, of course, our time to file and store the required documents, plus provide you the copies of your required documents. So, talking to you now, basically, we know there's a lot of staff time. That's all a massive cost when you look at hourly rates and wages. So that's why most of the time, in my view, it's a negative, and it's the let fee is a negative to the business. Now, of course, most lessors won't give a rat's, may I be so frank, as to our business costs. But again, I go back to talking like a business person, acting like one, and where needed, explain it. Now, understand, Stacey, our business costs aren't of your concern, but of course we're a business and there are costs incurred. So the let fee is a proportion of some form of reimbursement for all that time and cost to our business to provide the service that we provide to you. So there's a lot of other scripts and ideas there, particularly PME system members. I hope for anyone and everyone that's watching, regardless if you're not a valued member of Real Estate Excellence, that has been of some help and thought to you to continue to be on track, because although we're in terrible uncertain times and there's also much uncertainty, everyone's still looking at some stage, not everyone, but most people, of course, for a home. People are still going to invest. We are pretty much business as new normal, whatever that may be, but we're finding it and we're all going to be okay. So we continue to do what we've always done, focus on positivity and continue with growth, because we're always going to lose business naturally. So we continue to look for opportunities. I remind members that folder 2 prospecting has heaps of other ideas in relation to growing the rent roll and more. So come to us if you need, realestateexcellence.com.au. Take care. This is Stacey Holt from Real Estate Excellence. And bye for now.